wasn't it? Okay. Our next trans voice is a spoken word performance for a woman who needs absolutely no introduction, so I'm not going to give her one. Please welcome the incomparable, no words to describe her, Joanne Gordon.
I would like to discuss selective bigotry. I don't understand people that read the Bible and select which laws to observe. How do they do that? You know what I mean. How do they decide which laws God really, really meant? Do they pick easy ones like they have no other God? Perhaps they choose laws that they are unlikely to encounter so they do not bear false witness against their neighbor. They might choose laws that other people can see them obey, so they appear to be pious, like they remember the Sabbath day, so others can see them keeping it holy. People even fool themselves and think they are following God's commandments when they are not. When I was young, some of my Christian friends would not take their Lord's name in vain, so they said, cheese and rice. And they never fooled me. I knew what they were saying. As we'll see later, many people disregard rules that promote a peaceful, harmonious world, and they ignore thou shalt not murder. It's as though God issued a revised moral code. But I doubt if God issued new tablets. Even if he did, there's no one to carry them down from Mount Sinai. Moses is long gone, and before Carlton Heston died, he was in fact about never doing it again. He said that wives are supposed to be submissive to their husbands. That's a big laugh. In my experience, and I'll bet in your experience too, things are frequently the other way around. Timothy said, all women are forbidden to teach men. Back when I was a male, oh, how I wish this is no names, please. Oh, how I wish some women teachers were forbidden to teach me. Clothes of more than one fiber is prohibited in Leviticus, yet almost all clothing people wear is a mixture of fibers. In fact, I once bought a pair of pants where the fibers were so mixed that the contents added up to 120%, I swear. Matthew says praying should be in private. Quote, when you pray, go into your room, shut the door, and pray. Yet most fundamentalists keep pressing for prayer in schools, in the Congress, and every public place. They even expect people in church to pray out in the open in front of everyone. Many people ignore Christ's second greatest commandment according to John. Quote, a new command I give you. Love one another as I have loved you, so you must love one another. Bigots are violating that big one, big time. Perhaps the most hypocritical thing people do involves the wearing of the proper clothes. Women shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. I see nearly all girls and most women dressed in pants. People don't seem to like that. Yet, these same people condemn transgender men for wearing similar pants and violating exactly the same commandment. Religious haters not only pick which laws to obey, but they pick who must obey and who is exempt. That selective bigotry does not sound to me like what God really, really meant. Biblical selective bigotry is contradictory and not logical. Transgender hate can't be what's written in the Bible. It's got to be something else. unfair discrimination. Over 20% of transgender people have incomes below $10,000 a year. 1/3 are or have been homeless at one time. Over 28% have been victims of a serious assault motivated by hate of transgender people. In fact, we're here tonight to remember those transgender people who were murdered by transgender haters. I'm sure no one could be jealous of transgender people knowing those facts. No way can it be jealousy. Maybe it's groupthink, the phenomenon that people tend to go along with the group, even when the group is wrong. However, in this state, New York, most groups don't hate us. 78% of the voting public, 2.1 million union members, 547 clergy representing over 20 denominations, and countless police chiefs and many other groups have all said they support giving transgender people equal rights. Since that indicates most groups don't hate us, groupthink is not the cause of transphobia. We already know it's not the Bible and it couldn't be jealousy. Well, what's left? Could it be sexism? Any remaining reasons would require personal contact, and haters do not know us, never met any of us. Is it possible that people, knowing or unknowingly, employ selective bigotry to perpetuate sexism? White male heterosexual dominance, transgenderism, and homosexuality for that matter, presents a challenge to and violation of male superiority. My studies leave no doubt that the real reason, the underlying reason for selecting anti-LGBT biblical and other misconceptions to hurt us throughout the ages was and is to maintain white male heterosexual superiority. Selective bigotry is rooted in sexism. Using the Bible and the rest of the excuses to hate us are merely the tools of sexists. It's true that we have made some progress in gaining the public's acceptance, but the progress we made to date was against the symptoms. Now, transgender people and all GLBT people must devote time, attention, and effort toward the root of hate. We need to cure the sickness itself, sexism. Thank you for listening.